Fake News Network. I was having a few Mercury retrograde moments. That's why I'm late. Thank you for being here, even though I'm a little late. Things not connecting, but we're connected now. What's up? Happy hump day. It's December 4th. We're smack dab in the middle of Sagittarius season. Yes, we are. And the moon today, let me just tell you what sign the moon is in. Let me check. The moon is in Aquarius. We got lots of Aquarius going on. Yeah. We have lots of Aquarius energy going on. That means lots of disruption. These glasses are a little crooked. Lots of disruption. There's no other way to put it. I know we're in a really difficult time. I understand that, and I hope that you're all doing okay with this difficult time. Because it's like, I don't know, I get reminded of those old disaster movies. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying that it's kind of like the Titanic, right? When it's like, if somebody saw the iceberg, if the story was a little different and somebody was like, look out for that iceberg, who knows what happened with the Titanic. And if the captain ignored it, it's just like, we have, how many years now we've been like, he's a criminal, he's a felon, he's Putin's puppet, he doesn't care about anyone, he let people die during the pandemic, he just threatens people's lives, he causes an insurrection, he doesn't care about the United States of America, he will destroy us. I mean, like, how many times? Oh, happy birthday, Zircon. Yay. How many times? We know how much we would talk till we were blue in the face. I know I did. I know I had my moments. And they voted, a percentage of the, now hear me out, because I still don't believe that Trump legitimately won. And we need to start talking about that. Yeah, the steelworkers, that's what I was just, finding out the news about. The steelworkers that voted for Trump. We told you. Oh yeah, my new graphics person, well, I never had a graphics person's, before, made that sign for me. That's my brand now. I have a brand. Yeah, the steelworkers are finding out. Trump was not pro-union. He pretended he was pro-union. He had people acting like they were union members at the rallies. It was a total lie. Yeah, thanks. I like the sign too. I have somebody who's really gifted at what she does, and she really gets me, which is awesome. So, oh, you're in Russia? Hey there from what's left of Russia. Oh my goodness. Are you in Russia? Huh. Interesting. Yeah, so Trump was like, oh, I had nothing to do with Project 2025, even though, his name is mentioned in Project 2025 over 300 times. It took you a little bit to find me tonight. Yeah, because YouTube makes it hard to find me. I'm starting to take it as a badge of honor. We warned MAGA. We warned them. I marched in parades. I got these cards made. I hung the signs. You can see the Kamala Harris wall signs flapping in the breeze. It's extremely windy right now. So, yeah, it looks like we have somebody here from Russia. A couple of things. I really think that, if the human species continues to exist, just throwing that out there, like in 20, 30 years, maybe like decades from now when we're no longer here, the history books might look back at this time. We'll call them history books just for the point you know, just to make the point. I really think that this will go down as a time in history where disinformation destroyed, or we'll just say potentially destroyed. There's one possible scenario where this time in history and human civilization gets looked back upon as, oh, you know, like plagues kill, you know, societies, and wars kill societies, and throughout history, you can tell I've been watching Rick Steves. But I was just thinking about this. We would be potentially the society that was done in by disinformation. Right? We'll get to reading on, you know, what's going on with Notre Dame. I've been watching about that. We would be the society that was taken down by disinformation. I tell you all the time, it's really important to develop your intuitive and your psychic gifts. Because what I do, you also can do. I just happen to have spent my entire life developing this. You know, other people spend their entire lives developing other skills. This is one that I have developed. And I know that what we're about to go through is the big, like, massive revelations. And it's already happened. It happened the day after the election. I mean, we all knew. But in terms of the rest of America finding out, I told you about this time that we'd be in. Right after the election, I said, all right, I asked the guides, and this is what they gave me. There's going to be a time period where people get the disillusionment, where people actually get the last line of the snake poem that he loved to recite. I mean, it makes me feel like people are just nuts. You always knew I was a snake before you let me in. It's not like he didn't spell it out entirely. I'm just reading the chat. He spelled it out entirely. Hello, Odelia. Thank you all for being here tonight. So, just thinking about Russia and, you know, Putin and everything that's gone on there. Get Alexei Navalny's memoir. I've been listening to it. And I'm pleased to report, and I've mentioned it before, I live right next door to where the library, the city library, is housed temporarily, and it's right next door. So I have Navalny's book on Audible, and I've been listening to it, and there's certain excerpts from it that I want to have the book so I can, like, you know, copy excerpts from the book. So I went to the library this afternoon and I asked if they had it, and they said, we have it, but it's been taken out now and you can get on the wait list. And they told me that there were 25 people on the wait list for Navalny's book called A Memoir. And I was heartened by that because I know I live in a sapphire blue state. I just felt like I'm grateful that people want to know about his experience being in Russia. I don't know how far the book goes. I don't know how. I think he did write when he was in prison before his untimely end, which I always had a terrible feeling about the way that Navalny's life would end. I never could sugarcoat that one. I do feel like Navalny is on the other side helping with intelligence agencies, our allies. I do feel like, you know, from the spiritual realm, he's pointing people in the direction to go. But I was just heartened by that people want to know more. People are getting more informed, and this is the time for that. I know that the Steelworkers Union, you know, they got whooped upside the head, but, you know, they should have listened to Sean Fain. I don't remember the other guy's name, the other union guy's name that were just like pro-Trump, go Trump, pro-Trump. I didn't ever write it down, but I couldn't believe there was a union guy, that these union workers actually would look at somebody like Trump and go, yeah, he's for the middle class worker. Yeah, he can relate to us. This is the brainwashing part. Anyway, in Navalny's book, I'm sort of in the middle of it, and I'm getting to the part. I recommend that you get the book. It's called a memoir. He talks about when Russia, after Yeltsin, who was a mess, between that time and when Putin came in, like there was a gradual increase of buffoons. I'm just using that word myself. Of buffoons that started to get into the government. It's uncannily like accurate. It's uncannily the same thing. So, yeah, we'll talk about South Korea in a minute. It's the same thing. It's the same playbook. What Putin has done is, I told you on Monday that when I read on Trump on Monday, I could see that Putin didn't not only had Trump's ear, but it was almost like channeling. Being a psychic and being a channeler, I'm not saying it was that, but it was almost like channeling. It was like I could feel Putin using Trump as a megaphone. All the ideas that Trump has, he got from the Kremlin. This is way beyond the Reagan thing. This is completely, I'm just pointing it out. I'm pointing it out. Yeah, those are elements, but this is really something else. It's different. Dad joke, a storm last night blew away 25% of my roof. Oof. That's a good one for tonight. There's a lot of wind out there. Trump is Putin's puppet. Hillary told us, and I think it was Nancy Pelosi that said all roads lead to Putin. It's not like we don't know. And what's interesting, I don't know if it's just me, and you guys can tell me. We'll get into the cards in a moment. I just have a lot to say. I've been thinking about this stuff all day, as I usually do. Is it just me? This is the quandary of my life. Am I the only one that's seeing this, or are you all seeing it too? It's very clear what's going on. It's very clear what's going on, and I've seen it before, and I'll just say that I really feel that what the Kremlin has in mind, what Putin dreams about, is to make America the Russian Federation of America. I think that's what he wants to call it. So you see it, right? Well, so pass it on, right? Pass it on. This is the time. This is the time to not take a holiday vacation. I mean, this it's crystal clear, right? I mean, so if you read Navalny's book, I mean, when you get to that middle part of it, that's basically, it sounds like he's talking about the United States and what's happening to our government. So let's take a look at some cards. And I know we come together to kind of not commiserate so much, but to kind of just do a check-in. We come together here to go, here's what I'm feeling, and it's like for like camaraderie, and I almost want to say fellowship. Because we're all going through this together. And speaking of, like earlier, I said something about, remember the old disaster movies? And I thought about, Titanic. What if somebody was warning the captain of the Titanic that was steering the ship into the iceberg? What if somebody was like, there's an iceberg, there's an iceberg, there's an iceberg. We're not, there's an iceberg moment, right? We've warned them. And when the Magas wouldn't listen, and we warned them and we warned them and we warned them, and just speaking in very generalities, very general terms, they didn't want to listen to us. They only could, and just in a very general way I'm speaking, the Magas couldn't conceive of that we might be coming from a loving place, like we don't want to see you suffer. We don't want to see you lose your unions. We don't want to see you have your, prices go up by these stupid tariffs that Trump is talking about is like the most beautiful word in the dictionary. We don't want to see your family suffer. We don't want to see you lose your Social Security. We know that would be terrible for you. We don't want to see the Department of Education eliminated. We don't want to see the children suffering. We don't want to see poverty. We don't want to see people dying because their Medicare and Medicaid was... We were telling them because we cared. Can I get a witness? We were screaming from the rooftops and not shutting up about it because we didn't want to see them suffer. When we saw the unions, when they were getting up there and Biden was on the picket line with them, and they got what they wanted, and we see the job numbers increase, and we see like restaurants doing well and everybody doing well. When we saw all that, it made us happy. It made us happy. I didn't forget. That's exactly the point that I'm making. The people that followed Trump and that were all pro-Trump, besides being brainwashed, in a certain way they couldn't trust that we would be so selfless, like Kamala Harris is selfless, a public servant. They couldn't conceptualize being that generous. Right-wing media has been effective. It's because it fell right into Putin's trap. And don't think for 1 second that Rupert Murdoch was not colluding. Anyway, Trump did not win the election. And I have this kind of fantasy idea to have hats and t-shirts made that say, Kamala won. Because weren't they going around with zero proof? Trump won, Trump won. It's time, people. I'm grabbing my nefarious cards. And is there a Putin voodoo doll out there? Were you here, Ryan, when we were talking about, I was asking people in the chat who sews, because we want to sell. I mean, I can sell them. I can start a merch store. That wouldn't be any problem at all. My friend who's doing this for me, who's working for me on the graphics, that's what she does. I could sell them in my merch store when I have one. Trump voodoo dolls. No, we're not stooping to their level. We're not stooping to that level. We just need to bring the energy up. So what I'm going to read on is a few things. And one is that I feel like Putin is in a very tense place right now. Dad joke. I was going to tell you a dad joke about paper, but it's terrible. You can use any doll. Yeah, we were talking about Trump dolls, Trump voodoo dolls, and then somebody is saying we should have Putin dolls to voodoo dolls for the highest good of all. Because let's just be honest here. All this having been said. And I'm going to say if, I refuse to say when. I'm going to say if because I refuse to say when, because that's not the reality that I want to live in. I don't intend to live in that reality. If Trump crossed the threshold of the White House and actually got back in, and I want to hear people start talking about that as being not a possibility. This is where we are. We have to start talking about the possibility that Trump is not allowed to cross the threshold of our White House and decimate our country. We should be talking about that. If he did, it's game over for human freaking civilization. Okay? So I know it's a small channel, and I know I, have less views than the other channels. And I'm psychic enough to have tuned into why. So I need you all to start the conversation. Yeah, he won't be allowed into Canada, right? He's so freaking arrogant. He wants to buy Canada. He wants to make Canada, whatever. Remember, he wanted to buy Greenland too. We have to start talking about, it's game over for human civilization. We die if he gets in the White House. We die. And I'm not making that up. I'm not exaggerating. It's not hyperbole. We die. You get people in the, like, leading up the military with no military experience. We're sitting ducks. The fact that people, and I mean the fact that we, the American people, are having conversation all day, every day about when he gets in the White House, that shit makes me freaking crazy. I'm just saying, what the hell are we doing? The entire world. That's why I said it's game over for human civilization. So, if it makes you feel any better, this is not just an American problem. This is a world problem. And if it's a world problem, it does make you sick hearing it, doesn't it? It makes me sick to hear them saying when. It's a world problem, and because it's a world problem, the sentient beings on planet Earth together have to put this evil down forever and ever. The Magas choose to not look at the reality. I wrote an entire Substack about it. It's entitled, Dear Maga, we don't hate you. We're just disturbed by the hatred within you. Sorry, I'm really upset today. I'm really blabbering because there's so much that's going on it's just unbelievable. We'll get to the France thing. Oh, by the way, I mean, I've been watching what's going on in Notre Dame. I'm really into churches. I played for churches, so, I'm really into that. I love churches. And Notre Dame is a big, big freaking deal. And it's to have Trump show up there, if he actually does, is a national embarrassment. Yes, I'm streaming at the lowest rate. Oh. The reason for that, we'll just go with it for tonight, but the reason for that, for my poor quality, is that I was having so many problems with Comcast not letting me out of the contract. It's a long story, but sorry, I'll do what I can. I have my Santa mug. Vladimir Putin needs for Trump to appoint the most unqualified and criminal-minded people possible. I hope you're all with me when you realize that this is part of Putin's plan. I would think that he's probably telling Trump, put Kushner here, put Kash Patel here, put the lowlife from Fox News here, put Matt Gaetz there. Oh, sorry, Matt Gaetz didn't work out. Put somebody else heinous there. I really do feel that this is I really do feel like these are Putin's appointments, because Putin's objective is to destroy the United States from within. Okay? I'm really invested in being crystal clear tonight. Crystal clear. I'm highly invested in being crystal clear tonight. Time is of the essence. We need to start talking about what's actually going on. And when I see things like people, oh, I can't believe Joe Biden pardoned Hunter. Is that really where we are? Is that really where we are? I'm not preaching to the choir. I'm wanting the choir to sing. I'm sorry. I mean, I hope you don't take offense at that, because I don't mean offense by it. Okay? The dad jokes are over the top. Yeah, Tom, we have dad jokes to lighten the mood here. Yes, we do. And it helps immensely. And while all this is going on, please take festive breaks. Stop and make yourself an eggnog, you spiked or not spiked, whatever suits your fancy. Play some Christmas music, you know, like, because it is insanity. It's like people are insisting on being buffoon idiot heads with no brains. People are insisting on that, on being that way. People are insisting on that. I'm going to make a big issue. I mean, honestly, I mentioned it the other day. It was like, it was Sunday afternoon. You all know we're going through challenges in my family. My dad is elderly, and he's, right now he's in a nursing home and having a lot of struggles with that. I didn't know what was going on in the news, but I felt this big, problem in the air on Sunday afternoon after Biden had pardoned Hunter, and I'm like, why are people so upset? Because I was picking up on this upset vibe. I can't believe people are upset about that. What have we become? Yeah, Trump, he can incite a violent insurrection and sit there for 3 hours while everyone's being bludgeoned, cheering it on, eating a hamburger in the White House. Yeah, go. All of his family and his minions and his insurrectionist friends are having a party under a tent. Yeah, they were destroying America. But Joe Biden can't pardon his son for crimes that wouldn't put anybody in prison? Thank you for the Reiki and prayers. They are working. I appreciate that. I meant to say to you all tonight too, thank you for your prayers for my family. They're making a difference. I can tell. Yeah, it was an act of love, for Biden to pardon Hunter, but it also was, and this is what we want to see more of. You really think that I'm going to take the abuse and I'm going to let my son be subjected to Kash Patel, potentially? Not only glad he pardoned Hunter, as far as I'm concerned, not only am I glad, damn right, that's exactly what needed to happen in a sane country where the populace wants a fair system. I apologize, and I'm just going on. I'm going on. Where's that moon? Oh, yeah, it's in Aquarius. And we're in Sagittarius, and my birthday is on Monday, so it's like, let's see. I haven't even pulled any cards, and it's almost a half an hour in. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for hitting the thumbs up. Please subscribe. And if you decide to become a member this month on the winter solstice, that's going to be a fun party. Thank you, Ryan. No need for apologies. Yeah, Marjorie Trader Green was asking for a pardon from Biden. What? Do you remember when she showed up at the State of the Union, all decked out in red MAGA? Warren's. People are asking where Warren is. Warren put a message up that he has a meeting to go to at 7:30. I'm sure he'll be happy to see that you were asking about where he went. I'm going to. Karen's writing to her representatives. Very good. I wrote to CNN and MSNBC about what I heard, because I'm not watching, what I heard they were saying about Joe Biden. I'm going to choose 3 cards about Vladimir Putin and where he's at. I don't feel a lot of strength there. I feel a lot of like, as far as Putin goes, just kind of waiting for things to improve for him. What was Marjorie asking for a pardon for? I heard about it, but I didn't really get clear on. I didn't really get clear on what that was. What did Marge want a pardon for? Putin, the Sun, the 5 of Cups, the 3 of Pentacles. He's really working. Putin is really working at. This is what the energy I was picking up too. At salvaging what he can. Debbie saying, I'll never miss Rachel Maddow. I had to stop watching Rachel Maddow like a couple of years ago because she was just terrorizing. No, in just the sense of like, you know, the doom and gloom. It was just too much for me. Okay, so as far as Pootie goes, the Sun indicates that there's going to be some revelations coming. The 5 of Cups is he's attempting to salvage what he can, and the 3 of Pentacles. I have the sense of you know when you're at the seashore, maybe you've been to the seashore and you're building a sandcastle, but the waves are coming in and your castle can't stay because if the tide's coming in, it's going to get washed out to sea, right? He's attempting to build something, but he's losing ground. This is about Putin. And you know, it's interesting to me how many people are saying that they're not watching mainstream news at all. I don't miss it at all. And let that be, may that be inspiring to us all. Because I talked about this right after the election. I said, I can't even, if I wanted to watch mainstream media news, I wouldn't be able to. Because I wouldn't be able to push back against this really resistant feeling that I have to even giving them any eyeballs at all. And so many people are saying the same thing. Oh no, we didn't do a group hug. I was ranting, but we will. Yeah, Lawrence O'Donnell, I do miss watching him. Maybe I'll turn it on tonight at 10. Because I don't feel that way about Lawrence O'Donnell, because he's a truth teller. We do group hugs here, so would you like to do a group hug about something in particular, or you want me to just throw something out? I mean, there's so many things we can think about when we're hugging. Let's do this. Yeah, we're having a good group tonight. I really appreciate it. There was a CEO of the United States Healthcare and people are saying was murdered. I hadn't heard about that. I'll look at the news about that. Yeah. What did the green grape say to the purple grape? Breathe, you fool. That's funny. All right, we're gonna do a group hug, and in our group hug, we're gonna just send energy to all the American people doing what they did in South Korea. Just like, no, we're not having it. Okay, ready? And we'll send great positive energy to anybody who's feeling lonely and struggling and scared. Okay, 1, 2, 3, group hug. The American people choosing to stand up and to do something, to come together, to change the trajectory of this disaster. We're not going to hit the iceberg. And lots of loving energy to those that need that support. Thank you for that beautiful group hug. So, people, just the energy of people, we're not going to take it. We're not going to take it. We refuse. I dissent. You know, I ordered a flag. I forgot that I ordered a custom flag. It's taken a little while because it's custom made, that says I dissent. I dissent. When I get that, I'll let you know. I have to look up when it's going to be shipped, or if it's already been shipped. But that's what my flag will say, I dissent. And you all know, I keep telling you, my Kamala Harris flags are still out there. I need to fix them. They're kind of wrecked from the wind. But let's get some merch that says Kamala won. Right? This is an opportunity for us to really find out what's possible. Our democracy is in peril. Our democracy is being threatened. And when our democracy is threatened, we don't just sit there, right? We don't just sit there. And that's why the whole Joe Biden pardoning Hunter thing it really was upsetting to me to the core. It's like, wait a minute. Are you all saying, all you on the news or wherever we heard that, oh, the Democrats have a problem with Biden doing that? Are you all saying we're not supposed to fight for justice? Dad joke, how do you catch a unique rabbit? Unique up on it. How do you catch a tame rabbit? Tame way, unique up on it. I heard the first joke before, not the second one. And keep on saying, Madam President, Madam President. When we fight, we win. Yeah. We're not going to take it by Twisted Sister. Yeah, that's a good song. Start playing songs like that. I do notice people in the chat are talking about somebody having been assassinated that worked, that had a healthcare, CEO of a healthcare organization. I'll find out more about it. When we fight, we win. Let's not forget all that energy that we generated. It doesn't just disappear. I'm going to pick 3 cards from this Tarot of the Divine deck. I haven't used this in a while. I'm going to pick 3 cards about Joe Biden. So the person that was murdered is the CEO of United Healthcare. Do you have any details? Like where? Where did that happen? That's terrible. 3 cards about... I'm going to pull 3 cards about Biden. What's he up to? We've done shows with Kathy Beale on several occasions where Kathy mentioned astrologically that Joe Biden, the way that he works according to his chart. Oh, it's in Midtown Manhattan. Interesting. I'll read up on that. It happened this morning. Wow. Okay, so I'm going to read on Joe Biden. So what we have learned about Joe Biden's chart is he does a lot of work behind the scenes. He's a behind the scenes kind of a guy in terms of getting the work done. This is interesting information about. It's an interesting story. It's tragic. Somebody assassinated the CEO of United Healthcare, and do they think there was a motive? Wow. I feel like they're going to catch the guy. Did they already? He was getting death threats. Okay, I'm going to pull... Yeah, Biden's good trouble, right? I'm going to pull 3 cards. That's a tragic story. But do you know why he was targeted? I mean, I could read on it. Now, they're going to find the guy. Yeah, I feel like the cops know, too. Okay. I feel like the cops know the motive. Biden, the magician. Biden, the 6 of Wands. That January 6th, that information that we're waiting for from Jack Smith, I've been telling you it's going to come out. Okay, and the Page of Wands. Yeah, there are things going on behind the scenes. When I'm reading on Biden, I'm kind of having in my mind when I'm reading about Biden that that he's doing a lot of work. That he's doing a lot of work, but the magician means he's doing some magic, and that also, to me, the energy of bringing in the divine energy, bringing in the guidance from the higher beings on the other side, that's really there for Biden. Yes, we're on the right side of history, Luann. Exactly. Okay, so I might watch Lawrence O'Donnell tonight. We'll see. So the Six of Wands, Joe Biden knows that Jack Smith, we're going to see that January 6th report, that document. And you know, and I'm also getting this feeling of something coming creeping up on Trump that he really doesn't expect. And it feels like, okay, people keep asking what's up with Trump going to Notre Dame. For one, he's an attention junkie. Yeah. No, it's okay. No worries. That's one reason. No, what I'm talking about, this, it's not that. It's, I feel like something's going to sneak up on Trump that he doesn't expect. And I've kind of seen this before. Trump will be taken to The Hague. Oh, that's an interesting perspective. Yeah, Trump is too evil to see a church. Well, there's dark things in churches too. The evil likes to go and hide where people wouldn't suspect evil to be. Just so you know. Yeah, Notre Dame is an amazing. We definitely catch the documentaries that talk about how they rebuilt. It's a miracle that it got rebuilt. Anyway, I'll get to that in a second. But as far as Biden goes, he's in the know. I'll say that. He's in the know. How can a convicted felon travel to another country? Can you believe this is where we are? Yeah, what Rose is saying is spot on. Trump and cronies are gloating, thinking they got away with something. Yeah. The something that they think they got away with, I feel creeping up on Trump. I really do. Yeah, so last night I was watching the rerun of 60 Minutes that ran on Sunday night. And President Macron said that to rebuild Notre Dame, and if you watch documentaries about what they had to do to rebuild it the same way that it was built in the medieval times, it's like 750 years old or something, maybe older. France has no law saying a convicted felon cannot enter, but believe me, I don't even feel like Macron is going to even give Trump the time of day. Biden is a Scorpio. Scorpions creep up on their prey. That is true. I have a lot of Scorpio in my chart. It's kind of a dangerous thing. I try to be gentle, but people have a problem with it. Anyway, I'm reading about. Anyway, what Macron said was it was a miracle what happened. I'm using my own words. If we can do that, we can save democracy. That's what Macron said. He understands how important it is. Now, when people say things like, "Oh, the people don't like that. The people don't want Macron. The people keep this in mind. I really want everyone to get this. I really do. It's in my heart. I want people to get this. What you're being shown is not actually true. Thanks, Maria, for pointing out. We have a good group tonight. I appreciate you being here. I don't know how you all found me because I've been being hidden on YouTube for 4 years now. So thank you for being here. Consider becoming a member. You'll be invited to our winter solstice party. That's live streamed here. Keep in mind, the bell is ringing. Keep in mind, thank you, Rose, that the idea that people want horrible things The idea that the president of France is, people don't like him, they're not voting for him, he's not popular. The idea that people, that, oh, well, people didn't vote for Kamala, oh, they don't like her, I guess, they like her. All that is part of the ruse. All that is part of the ruse. That is, that's part of it. I lost my job at Pepsi last week. After working there for years, I tested positive for Coke. Where do you get them? Oh my goodness. Okay, so my point is, people are looking for the truth. That's very true. My point is, just because it might appear that more people want hatred and want oppression and want fascism and want authoritarian dictators that are horrible, just because it appears that way doesn't mean it's true. Can I get a witness? Honestly. Case in point, Kamala won. All right? I'm going to get t-shirts made. They want you to believe that the world is a terrible place and people are horrible while they're behaving that way. But they want you to believe that, oh, like 75% of the Earth's population are terrible, mean, evil people. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I saw when Kamala Harris was running, and she very well, according to my readings, can be president. They do that to manipulate our minds. We'd be having church up in here missing it. I do have Church of Spirituality. You must tune in. I'm going to pull 3 cards about Kamala Harris. Yeah. 3 cards about Kamala Harris. Yeah. So, I told you last week that my guides said it right to me. They said, what you see is not what's really going on. Why are you apologizing? What's going on? I didn't see anybody being rude or trolling. It's all good. Kamala, High Priestess. She knows what's going on. I don't see Trump getting inaugurated either. Texas Tarot. If you read tarot, you're probably spot on there. How's Kamala? Okay, it's she's going through her challenges. Kamala definitely feels like she got cheated. She did get cheated. They cheated. Sister Annette, my Catholic nun is coming out. Trump won't be president. It won't happen. Pass it on, right? Pass it on. Start telling people that. Start telling people that Putin was threatening to interfere in the elections. This isn't rocket science. You stopped watching Twilight Zone? We're living in it right now. Do you still watch Twilight Zone? I guess you could find them. Kamala, she knows what's going on. She knows what happened. And it's been very challenging for her, but she's a tough cookie. And this is, the past, what a huge disappointment, but she is walking away from it. She is walking away from, Elon Musk manipulated the vote. He said he was going to. He promised to manipulate the vote in other countries. He said he offered to Brazil, I'll mess with your election too. And then he said Elon went to Canada, hey, you need me to mess with your elections in Canada? I can rig that for you. Trump has cheated his entire life. Why would he not cheat now? And people are having a problem with Joe Biden pardoning his own son, whose life would be in danger if he hadn't been pardoned. Not that they don't get death threats all the time, because they do. It's all the Kremlin. Dump treated. Anyway, this is about Kamala. So she knows what's going on. She's a prosecutor. I feel like Kamala is quite psychic. She might never, ever, ever, ever say that. Trump cheated on his wives. Don't fear from Michael Cohen. Just send healing light and protective light and love around Michael Cohen. Just saying, that's a better use of mental energy. We really want to be in a place of all thought is creative. All thought is creative. Yes, I think I'm onto something too in terms of what's going on behind the scenes. Yeah, we're not, the media wants you to believe that this Trump, oh yeah, oh, he's going to be okay. And they're actually, I'm a little nuts tonight. They're actually saying things like, have you guys heard this? Oh, in 2 years, it'll be okay in 2 years because we're going to have midterm elections. No! Did you not get the memo? In a fascist regime, you don't have elections. Is it me? Ring the bell? I'll ring the bell. I'm going to read on Trump going to Notre Dame. First of all, let's pull out the pendulum. There's a pendulum around here someplace. There is. I just keep moving things. Hang on, I will find one. Talk amongst yourselves. Maybe that means to just read cards on it. I'm just going to read cards on it. I have like 50 pendulums. I can't find one. Biden is an American hero. And when I wrote to MSNBC and CNN about like how angry I was that they were making a big to-do out of what Biden needed to do, pardon his son, I said, and furthermore, mainstream media did not document the Biden years. And I feel cheated and I'm pissed about it. I want to see documented what Biden achieved, which was just historic. Job numbers through the roof, stock market up, like everything. Kamala in the White House means our lives get even better. And right now they've been comparatively, pretty good. Pretty good. Right? So I was looking forward to a female in the White House. I was looking forward to women's rights. I was looking forward to progress, to, like she kept saying, turning the page, joy. We're done with this crap. We're beyond that. But let's keep our minds on in the realm of, in the what do I say, in the realm of possibilities in the universe. What you want to be so is in the whole realm of possibilities in the universe. They want you to not use your creative brain to think about what it is that you do want. Mainstream media, all these Magas, they want you to not know your power. And why I'm so fired up tonight is because I will not stand for people not owning their power. So that goes for all of us. Own your power. There's a major shift happening. This shift means that all that ugliness, like I was saying earlier, is right in our faces. Collect and gather your planets? What do you mean by that? Reclaim your joy. It's like January 6th, it was not lost on me, and I think about it often, was on the Christian calendar the day of the Epiphany, and Epiphany has to do with revealing, right? Like the three wise men, according to the biblical story, they showed up and knelt to the Christ child, and it was the day of the reveal. And what was revealed to us was where the dark lives, right? So now it's up to us as we see this convicted felon, rapist, malignant narcissist, insurrectionist, who's just promising to destroy our country. As we see this happening, what we're responsible for is acting to make it stop. Why did the banana go to the doctor? He wasn't peeling well. Down with the patriarchy. And astrologically, energetically, this is a time for the rising of the divine feminine. It's a feast of the Epiphany. That's what I'm saying. The Epiphany, yeah, January 6th on the Christian calendar. I've always known it as Little Christmas. It's the Epiphany. It's like the great reveal. Were you being not nice? I didn't notice. It's not over. It's definitely not over. I really don't know what got into me tonight. I don't. What's wrong, Lanny? I don't know. You didn't do anything wrong. What's going on? Please, don't take anything here personally. It's just... nothing's personal. Okay, so I'm going to choose 3 cards about the collective energy. Okay? It's all good. It's all love here. It's all love and hugs and lifting the vibe. We're all good. Okay. Spirit had something to say. That's what we're in. So we need to look at it that way. We need to look at that. It's up to us to look. Really, that's why I'm so like jazzed up tonight. It's like, look at what they're showing us. I guess we're going to have to stay a few extra minutes tonight. Look at what they're showing us. We can't just sit around thinking about the people that they are promising to inflict cruelty and harm upon. When we look at what their plans are, Project 2025 is 900 plus page document of how to inflict cruelty and hardship on every single one of us. Okay? So, have you noticed a shift in energy today? Apparently, I notice it. If somebody is about to have harm inflicted on them, are you the kind of person that can just go, oh, well, it doesn't have anything to do with me, because I'm not. And I believe that at least 99.9% of the people in the chat tonight could not look at peril and pain and cruelty and hardship about to be inflicted on our fellow humans and just go, oh, it's not me. If you're not that person who would just turn their head and go, oh, it doesn't have anything to do with me, then you're being asked to rise up. Resist. It's on us to dissent, to do what the people in South Korea did. It's on us. It's up to us, we whose souls incarnated during this time. It's up to us to save the freaking planet. And I know that's pretty big. It's a big ask. But we're here for it. We're here for it. The crescent moon tonight is amazing. It's a new moon in Sagittarius. I'm gonna pull 3 cards. We're gonna read a little bit on Trump and France, and we're gonna pull 3 cards about the collective energy in America right now. Keep the comments positive, please. Nothing discouraging. That's how we keep the vibration up. The American people. Yes, this is about... okay, here we have it. 3 of Pentacles. We're building. We're building our strength right now. UFOs over DC. I have a picture of lights over the Capitol. Because I was there... I'm not going to spend the time to look for it because it might take me a little while to find it. And I don't want to waste time because we're already over time, almost. I'll show that to you on Friday. Remind me to show you the pictures of the lights over the Capitol building because I took a photograph at night. This is back in August when I went to Glenn Kirshner's event. Yes, we will see. Yes. Amanda, will we see a public breakthrough about Trump cheating? Yes. By the end of the year. As far as where the American people are at, we will be building our case for democracy. What do you call a dog in a submarine? A subwoofer. Yes, the Three of Pentacles were, and we have the help of the world. We have the help of the world and the Two of Pentacles. It's a matter of keeping ourselves. We have to, I mean, I know that our allies know that we, the American people, aren't digging this. So it does look like the world's on our side. So that's really good. Just like, you know, the Russian people are wonderful people, right? I mean, just because the leaders are corrupt and criminal and, you know, war hungry and all that, that doesn't mean the people are. And I think that thinking people know that. Okay. I'm just tuning in. I don't think I need a pendulum. Yeah, I was going to say, unless one turns up and one just did and two just did. I do want to read on that. When I think about Trump going to Notre Dame, first of all, he has no business going there. I feel Macron giving him the cold shoulder. I feel that when I get this image of, remember when Ivanka was at some kind of a world summit or something, and there were these dignitaries and they were in a little group and they were having an intelligent conversation, I'm sure, about world politics or whatever they were talking about. And Ivanka kind of, you know, moved in and tried to get into the conversation. She made an absolute fool of herself. I don't believe that about Macron. I think that's propaganda. He's not going to bend a knee to Trump, believe me. I feel like Trump he will be shunned. There's not going to be anyone that's giving him a big hug and 2 kisses on the cheeks, you know. No. That's the kind of energy that I get about Trump. Now, is he actually going to go? Is he actually going to go? Now, keep in mind that my pendulum often gives me an answer in the negative if it's illegitimate. People claiming drones the size of a huge car were overhead in Morristown, New Jersey for hours in the same place. I think it's something military. I pick up it's something military. I don't pick up that it's UFOs. Macron will be with Biden at Notre Dame. Okay. Jill Biden's going. Joe's quite busy right now. So I'm getting to know about Trump going. But it might just mean the energy is so negative. So are you... the aliens are coming to take Trump back. Will he be stopped from going? It's not because he'll be... and what I mean by that is, are people going to attempt to talk him out of it? It's not that. Will something legal interfere with him going? I'm getting a yes on that. Now, I'm getting a yes on that. I'm getting a yes that something legal would prevent him. Thank you, Brian. I appreciate the compliment. Aw, you're sweet. You made my day. You all make my day. Okay, so it looks like something legal is going to interfere with his trip. People are asking, will he be arrested? Will Trump be arrested? Oh my gosh, I'm getting a yes. If he goes, will he come back? Now we're just goofing off. Do they let felons into France? Somebody in the chat said that they do. Is it a legal thing? I'm picking up there's something legal strongly. That something legal is going to interfere with this trip. You thought many countries are banning Trump from coming into their country. Yeah, it just different countries have different laws. Is Jack Smith's report going to come out before then? No, not before then. I'm feeling like... Are you all getting, if you have a pendulum, are you all getting that something legal is going to keep him from going to the celebration? He has no business being at that celebration. None. It's not like he's all pious and everything. Joe Biden goes to church every day. In the UK, yeah, and the UK is not far from France. Not that they're the same country, but, you know, they might have some influence there. I'm just going to pull 3 cards on that. And I'm going to use this deck, not the Nefarious Cards deck. Marie says, my pendulum says yes. Yes to which question? You're all saying, to which question? Oh, J.D. Vance has committed many crimes. I've read on that for a long time. I always see. I've always been like, before the election and everything, I've always been taken aback when I read on J.D. because it's like, whew, he's doing some big crimes. Big crimes. Should he still even have a passport? I'm going to pull 3 cards about this whole debacle. Okay. Vance is a walking record of criminal. That's what I've always read. Okay, regarding this trip. The Holy Mother Mary is going to take care of him. In terms of whether he gets to have a lovely time, put it that way. No, yeah, Knight of Swords is justice. Yeah. The Knight of Swords is justice is coming for Trump. Our allies know what he did. They know. They know. He's not going for legal reasons. Okay, thanks. I just wanted you to clarify what the pendulum was saying yes to. Okay. You don't think he has a passport. And, you know, isn't it interesting, too, just speaking about the whole idea of him getting into office, which we're really going to stop viewing it that way, of Trump, you know, like what's happening, even it started happening right after Election Day. All of a sudden, he started to disassemble things, and he's not even in the White House, and he's not going to be. Disqualified. So we're asking about, yeah, we're asking about how that trip is, if it's going to happen. Disqualified, I'm getting a strong yes. Lainey, you don't have to apologize. I don't even know what you're doing that so you feel like you have to keep apologizing for. I haven't seen anything crass or inappropriate. You keep getting December 7th, Brian saying for the news about the meddling in the election. Wow. Okay. Well, I'm here to tell you. Yeah, so Cammie's saying that you got to know also. I'm here to tell you that this might be the most people I've ever had on. So thank you so much for coming to my channel. I really appreciate it. Maybe it's my new sign. Some channel suggested Dumpster would go to France and may not return to the United States. It's so funny when you call him Dumpster because I think of him in that dump truck. The garbage truck. Thank you for subscribing. Is he going to return? That's not, okay, so that's probably not the right answer. The pendulum's like, we've said enough for now. All right, before we go to book a reading, psychicanetdion.com. My schedule is wide open, so I know that y'all come here for the psychic news, but I'm a gifted psychic and you can book a reading, and there's a special offer for new clients. It's like less than half price to get a reading, a shorter reading. If you become a member, you will be invited to the winter solstice party that's live streamed here, and it's set at members only. There's some special things that I'm thinking about for doing for the winter solstice. We have a psychic party once a month. I am going to get back to sending out affirmations. I've gone through, some changes here, and so you haven't been getting your affirmations, but I am going to get back to that. Church of Spirituality is under the vids, under the lives for everybody to see every single Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time we live stream Church of Spirituality. It makes your life better. Thank you, Amy, for the endorsement. It's a labor of love, and there's some really great sermons being channeled for that Church of Spirituality. We're celebrating 4 years. December 6th, I started that church. And what else? I'll be back on Friday. And if you're new here, Mondays and Wednesdays and Fridays, we live stream at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm on the East Coast. Yeah, please come back Friday. We love having you all here. And tomorrow night, actually, our Grassroots of Democracy has shifted over to me doing a half-an-hour live stream to talk about the work that we need to be engaged in right now to save our democracy. Okay? We still have time, but we got to get on it. And my Substack is at Annette Dion. Please read my Substack articles too. Thank you for donating. Thank you for all your support, and thank you to all the new people for showing up tonight. Keep the faith. Go do something fun and festive. Go sing, I don't know, Angels We Have Heard on High or something. All right, love you. Bye. Namaste.